380 pounds, naked woman appearing in a Miley Cyrus video.
She was naked? Huh? All right, Connor, is obesity glorified? Today, Piers Morgan is gonna tell us.
Your appearance in the video, these critics saying that it glorifies obesity, that your weight is unhealthy, and that by appearing in the video, you're encouraging people to be overweight.
Okay, so apparently this is about Miley Cyrus's new video. Probably just a music video, and there was a fat model in the background.
Dick had spoken out. A big backlash against the criticism by people saying, no, this is about accepting all sorts of different shapes and sizes, which is the camp that I'm in, as I'm sure the viewers already know. But what is your view, and how have you reacted to the criticism against you?
Well, I mean, fat people exist. There's no question about that.
Was that the debate? Do fat people exist?
You won! You won!
You won! You won! That's a 10 out of 10.
Be celebrating a body image which is medically defined as highly dangerous. And I'll explain why. If you don't mind me just going through some stats here. You're 36 years old, you're 5'4", you're 380 pounds, 27.1 stone, and your BMI is 64.6.
64.6. Wait, what's a normal BMI?
I think it's like 15 to 25.
64 is not healthy then, you'd say.
Yes, unless she is a bodybuilder, and even then bodybuilders, I don't know truly how healthy they are.
Okay, I'm starting to remember like BMI. I think I was at the lower end of it, like I think I was like 17 at a certain point or something, and then I got to like 20, 21 or something. But yeah, I'd be a bit concerned at 64. It's not really about your appearance, how you look, or anything like that. It's about real repercussions and what could actually happen to you if you don't get it under control.
The BMI ranges, according to the World Health Organization, 18 is underweight, up to 24 normal weight, 25 to 29 overweight, 30 to 34 class 1 obesity, 35 to 39 class 2 obesity, anything over 40 class 3 obesity, which is morbid obesity, i.e. a level of obesity which could very possibly lead to early death. Your BMI is 64.6.
Do you think that Angelina doesn't know all of this?
No, the reason I'm saying it is so that viewers can understand the debate properly. My argument is this, is that when you are that level of morbid obesity, statistically, is it right to put people like yourself into a pop video celebrating that kind of weight? And I ask you honestly, to be honest with yourself. We've had all this with Tess Holliday. She's on the cover of Cosmo and it's all celebrated. There's no mention of it being a dangerous weight.
Honestly, if you were really concerned about people being obese and representing something bad, you would take yourself off the air because you're not exactly slim yourself.
Well,
right?
okay,
Oh my God. That was, wow. That is one fire back over there.
Fighting back, okay.
I'm sure Piers Morgan isn't in the best state of his life. That's obvious. I don't know what his age is, 50, 60, something like that.
There's a difference between probably overweight and like tier 3 obesity.
His BMI would probably still be like, I don't know, max 30, right? Like max. I think it'll be like 25 or something, which is still at the point where you're not going to die 20 years younger, right? The whole debate here is if you should put this type of a model in a video. To be honest, I'm not a fan of the regular models in videos as well because they have some unattainable standards. They're pretty photoshopped and, you know, that's not cool too. But I think it should be something that's just healthy in general that people can aspire to be and that takes hard work.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues with underweight for models, and I think that should be addressed as if we're going to like really like pursue the fat models, then we should also pursue all healthy, like unhealthy states.
The K-pop industry, you see these people just fainting on stage because they just starve themselves. There was actually like a Korean beauty standard for women or something, and it was like 35 kilograms or something was a woman's ideal, which is like a child's weight.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
That's a bit ridiculous. It's funny though, on these like fashion magazines, you will always see the fat supermodels, but you'll never see male fat supermodels.
That's another thing. Yeah, there's zero of those, which is funny.
If we're making it okay, then why aren't we putting Homer Simpson on there, right? You know, why are we putting Peter Griffin on there? Why only you?
120 pounds and I'm 6'1". You're 5'4" and you're 380 pounds. So there is a difference. I'm not morbidly obese.
Right, but you're still
I'm actually reasonably healthy.
You're still fat
I'm reasonably fit. Well, you might think I'm fat. Most viewers are looking at this and think they're not seeing me as morbidly obese, right? So you're perfectly entitled to throw the jibes
But
back
you're
at
still
me.
fat. You being less
I'm not in
fat
Miley
than
Cyrus's
me
pop
doesn't
video.
make, you know...
I'm not in a pop video, am I? Extolling
But
the
you're on
virtues of my
TV.
body.
You're on TV. You're on TV every day.
Okay, so I will say this is a bit of a weak argument because I don't think anybody's looking at Piers Morgan and being like, I want to be like this guy.
Yeah, also, I don't totally get the argument the other way, too. Like, she's in a Miley Cyrus music video.
If she's just in the background of a music video, I don't think there's any problem here. But I think if she's put as a model...
Yeah, I get the model thing for sure. I think, background of a video, like, I don't have the context, right? So I'm just guessing. But if that is literally it, then I don't know the point of this debate, you know?
I mean, she's come on for some sort of a debate, so I guess there's some issue with people.
Every day, you're going to tell me that...
You think, just to clarify, there is a comparison between me sitting here now, 6'1", 220 pounds. I am reflecting and celebrating a clinically dangerous level of weight, you think?
I think that if you were really concerned about glorifying obesity, you would take yourself off the air.
But I'm not obese.
Bruh. Oh
Yeah,
my
he
god.
technically is not
You're fat,
obese.
though.
I understand that she's pretty mad. That's not like a good way to talk to somebody like, oh, you're morbidly obese. Get yourself off the TV immediately.
He's not obese by definition.
If you don't like to be talked to that way, why would you talk to someone else that way, right? It's like you can point out facts, say that, okay, this person is obese and this is unhealthy for you, and you're promoting this to a bunch of people, which is why this may be bad.
The other thing too is saying when it comes to the model debate, Piers Morgan also isn't on these magazines. He's not a model. No male model looks like Piers Morgan as well.
Yeah, they're all 6-packs, 8-packs, you know, on steroids. Like all of them are on steroids.
Yeah,
Like
they should really have to post their stack before appearing on those things, man.
Liver King, completely natural, you know.
Not medical. I'm not even fat.
but you being
No, I'm
less
not. This is
fat?
the point, though. My point is,
Okay.
with great respect to you, my body mass index is not 64.6, which is 24 above the morbid obesity level. You know, you can throw it back at me, and that's fine. I'm a big boy in many ways, right? That's fine, right?
Too big, according to Angelina.
I have a serious point. I think there is a trend now with Tess Holliday and now you of glamorizing morbid obesity, which actually is dangerous. And I'd say this for your health as much as anything else. It's like, it is a dangerous weight to be. Do you accept that?
Well, Piers, honestly, I will tell you, I am not healthy. I'm not going to pretend like I am in perfect health.
Why is that censored? I'm confused.
That's a great question, because that's just Tess Holliday, who's like a model or something.
Is she having like a photo shoot on like the red carpet or something? I don't know what's going on here.
Actually, I have no idea. I can't even tell with the blur now. Maybe that's not Tess Holliday. I might be lying.
I mean, it may be her. I don't know. But whatever, they're models.
Tell you, I am not healthy. I'm not going to pretend like I am in perfect health.
That's good.
But I am 46 years old, not 36.
Okay.
I am 8 years younger than you and don't look my age. The health problems I have are more age-related than weight-related.
For now.
Look, I'm not some Stanford PhD doctor, dude, but...
Well, I mean, it's just highly unlikely to have a BMI of 64, 65 and not have any health problems. Like, it's pretty obvious something's going on there.
Okay, I mean, look, I feel the same way, by the way, about the size 0 models on catwalks, right? It's not about an anti-fat person thing. And I totally concede that I would like to be a little bit slimmer, a little bit healthier and fitter, right? I get that. But there is a difference between me and you. And I would like you to be honest about this, rather than doing lots of press around your Miley Cyrus video, which makes it look like this is all pretty cool and fun.
I think the thing is that what Angelina is saying is this is not about glamorizing. This is about accepting.
But if we accept it, we're going to create a bigger problem. At the moment, obesity
is this. Just add a new character, bro.
A huge problem in terms of death
New
rates.
lore.
So we can't ignore that fact.
Yeah, new lore just dropped, bro.
You know, people say that looking perfect is a problem for instance, teenagers.
There's another one?
Because all teenagers think that's a very
crazy.
good point. But a lot of people think that by having, you look utterly perfect, and Love Islanders all look utterly perfect,
But
for
I'm
instance.
not utterly perfect. I have cellulite. I have things that I don't like. We all do. But what?
So it's about accepting,
of course, but
all of the
I
different
can't
body
accept
shapes.
There's a difference between her and the other model because she is largely healthy. Unless she's starving herself every day. Like, obviously, we, disavow both sides. People who are starving themselves and super ultra thin and the morbidly obese because they're both unhealthy.
I think there's a bigger issue with the way too thin people, because I feel like there's a lot more super thin models than big models. But yeah, I think we're both just being like, dude, we just like for a model, because model is different than represent. I feel like having like fat people and skinny people or whatever types of people in different movies, that's in like movies, television, I don't really care. So if it's literally just a music video, I don't care, right? But model, which I think we're both like a little we kind of question the whole idea of model. Model seems to be like, by the definition of the word, something that you look up to, that you want to be like. I feel like we would want a good health standard in both directions. I think there's more work to be done on they make them way too skinny, right? And they force them to be, because you don't naturally be like that, right?
Yeah. I do think the other host is not really pointing out things properly, because she's saying that it's all about acceptance, but there's nothing to accept about someone who's unhealthy. You can accept that you're unhealthy and try to fix it. If you're just accepting people like that, then they have no reason to change.
If we had put someone who was anorexic on a music video, there would be absolute
I totally agree.
uproar.
That's the point I would make. And
It's
actually,
the same thing.
yeah, and honestly, I think that is a valid point, Angelina, is that if they had put, we went through that period of what they called heroin chic in fashion, where these incredibly skeletal models were put on covers and catwalks and so on. And there was a huge outcry about it because it was deemed to be promoting and propagating an unhealthy body image. And I think the same applies, with great respect to you, to models like yourself and Tess Holliday and so on. I'm just uneasy when it's framed as, this is a glamorous pop video and here you are, here's the cover of Cosmo.
I feel like she ain't listening. Like, one thing's going out one year, one thing's coming in, one thing's going out. She's just like, nah, I don't care. Yeah, that's kind of expected, that she doesn't really care about her health that much. This random guy on TV isn't going to change her, obviously. I do agree that if there's an outcry over the other thing, yeah, then it makes sense why people would be mad at this as well.
Without actually re-emphasizing constantly that this is a really dangerous, unhealthy weight to be.
I think normalizing it is the problem.
But unhealthy people still deserve to see themselves represented.
But why would you want to be represented in a pop video? I don't get it. I mean, if you want to be, if you want to be a good role model, you could just do.
Because that's my job.
You could go on
that's
a big.
What I do. That is
I
my
don't
job.
understand.
Right, but you see, I would respect you more with respect to you if I saw you doing a fitness campaign where you tried to lose 100 pounds rather than appearing in a pop video glamorizing
keep dreaming, babe.
Huh?
Keep dreaming, babe.
Keep dreaming. Why? Well, why keep dreaming? Why wouldn't you aspire to do that?
Because that's not going to work. It's not going to work for me. Diets are 95% failure rate. Why would I do something that's going to fail?
Oh, boy.
I honestly think Piers was having the losing argument for a while because he was like, oh, why do you appear in a pop video? I don't think pop videos are like representation and glam. Like, I think it's just a pop video. I don't think it's that deep. I've not been through the experience of being this heavy, right? Not even close. I've been like the skeleton forever, right? It's born as the RNG skeleton, right? However, like I have heard from, and I've seen, and I know, and I'm aware that it is very difficult. It's not like easy. It's not like, oh, I stopped eating.
It's one of the hardest things to do, yeah.
To say that it won't work, and I
love I hate this mentality. It just shows how weak of a person you are. That I don't know where she got that statistic. 95% of diets don't work, so I'm not gonna try. That just stops you from doing absolutely everything in life. We would have never started a YouTube channel. What's the success rate of a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I made 400 videos, and I did it for 5 years before I saw like more than $10.
We've been creating for years and years, and it's like we knew going in.
Failure
it's
rate
like
a YouTube channel is 99.9%.
Yeah, it's pretty much like ridiculously hard to get successful. And, you still try because it's something that's good for you. I mean, it's something that we're striving for.
Most things that are worth striving towards are difficult and they will take time and you will not see results if you check in every day. If you look every day, it's going to look the same.
Yeah.
But if you look big picture, you do it consistently long enough, like almost everything that is difficult is like that. And I do empathize with her because I don't know if I've been through a struggle as big as going from like 400 pounds or whatever she is to a healthy weight. That is a huge mountain to climb. However, I don't think it's a good idea for us as like people to accept like, oh, well, then if it's hard, then I'll quit. It's like, no, for your own good. This is probably something more difficult than something I've had to do so far.
I do empathize with her. It's definitely not more difficult than what I've done going through Crohn's. This is absolutely not even close. So this is a cakewalk for me. I would say this mentality, you're never gonna get anywhere in life. If like you just have a failure mentality, you're clearly very insecure. That when somebody points out that you have a BMI of 65, you start calling him fat. I mean, he may be fat, but it's like you're calling him the same as you, which is clearly not the case, right? And he's not a model. He's just this news reporter that everybody kind of looks at and already knows is kind of unfit. He's like the middle-aged guy. You know, you're a model, and you know how you're having photo shoots and you're getting put on the cover of magazines along with Tess Holiday or whatever.
Our 95% failure rate. Why would I do something that's going to fail?
Because I would hope you would want to save your own life. And I would like you to save your own life. You seem a very charismatic person to me. You give it back as well as you take it. I respect all that.
I love how, you know, Piers Morgan's supposed to be the bad one in the room, but he's the only one who actually cares about her. She doesn't care about herself. The other newswoman anchor is literally just saying, oh yeah, well, we should accept all bodies or whatever. She's trying to be nice. The guy who gets the most heat is literally the one who cares about her.
Yeah, it's like maybe he could deliver it a nicer way, but at the end of the day, one person is encouraging behavior or a situation that will, in almost all cases, end in a worse health situation. And Piers Morgan, while probably delivering it, not in the nicest way possible.
I actually don't know what else, like, how could you deliver it in a nicer way? He literally just said, like, well, according to the BMI,
I guess it's not on TV. Yeah. It's a TV show. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, at the end of the day, Piers Morgan is the one who's saying the actual, he's the actual good guy here. It's complicated. It's murky, but I mean, that's how it is.
Yeah, he's been the bad guy plenty of times, so.
But I would not like you to die of morbid obesity at a very young age. That's all.
I'm 46. I'm like not worried about not living a full life. I've already lived a lot of life, trust me. And if I were to die tomorrow, I wouldn't regret it.
But are you happy?
I can do things while being fat.
Of course
Am I
you
happy?
can.
No, there are a lot of things that I would change, but it's not happy in regards to other things that aren't related to my weight.
What?
Okay. All right. Look, it's an interesting debate. I mean, I know your view is very different to mine, right?
Yes, totally.
You don't think there's anything wrong with this. Would you be happy with skeletal models doing it?
You talk about it.
Would you be happy with a really skinny, really ill-looking skinny model appearing in that video? Would you be happy with that?
I think if someone is like that...
Yeah.
But she wasn't born like that. She's made herself that way.
What if someone was literally starving themselves and we celebrated it by putting it on the cover of Cosmo? You would not like that. And that's the hypocrisy.
Oh, she was on the cover of Cosmo? Well, that changes things.
I think that's Tess Holiday. I think that was Tess Holiday. That's different. I agree. Cover of like a fashion magazine, that's definitely getting a bit more murky, because then it's definitely more of a model territory. And then, it's
Is it because people are massively overweight, we're not allowed to say, actually, that's unhealthy? I think we should be able to.
People put themselves through very punishing regimes to be on the front of magazines. I think it's very hard to be...
Tess Holiday's only punishing regime on that cover was to eat lots of food.
Also,
right?
That was a punishing regime. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know what the green shirt news host was thinking when she was going with that one.
Yeah, that's not to compare. Both sides are obviously bad, but I will say starving yourself is probably harder than shoving McDonald's in your face. That's probably a harder thing to do. Both shouldn't be done, though.
Also, we're seeing people gaining weight just to get somewhere.
Except our modern media is not flooded with people who are hugely overweight.
Let me ask you.
No, of course.
All right, let me ask you, Angelina, finally.
Exactly.
Do you think? I mean, I don't know about you, Angelina, but I tend to get
that are actually out there.
I tend to, Angelina. Here's my thing.
It's so small. It's so small.
Yeah. Right, but I think, Angelina, that a bit of fat shaming is a good thing, right? I think that when people say to me, "You put on a bit of timber, mate," it makes me go back and try and lose a bit of timber, eat a bit less, drink a bit less, get on my Peloton bike, off we go, right? I need to have people look at me going, "Hey, big boy, lose a bit."
That's so
Bro's ridiculously British, by the way.
As a joke. You complain about it.
I do that to you because you're the great virtue signalling. We can't say anything negative about anybody's body image. Everyone's perfect.
Yes.
I don't agree. I think a bit of fat shaming is a good thing, a healthy thing. What do you think, Angelina?
She's not going to agree.
I think you're wrong. I think that people should be allowed to live their lives without somebody commenting on everything that they do or what they look like.
Yeah, I think people should be allowed to live their lives. I just don't think it should be promoted to kids.
That's a distinction I make too. Like, obviously,
she can be fat. Like, nobody really cares. Like, you can do whatever you want. It's just when you influence other people and their kids, then obviously people are going to get mad.
The whole thing about being a public figure. For example, we're held to a different standard than people in the comment section.
Exactly.
Like, if we have an opinion, people disagree, like, people will come for us. However, that is a choice that we've made. If you choose to be a model, you are putting yourself in front of a bunch of people. And I don't think anyone should be tormented, but it is a different standard.
I mean, look at Dream. He's literally the most NPC white guy on the planet, but he got absolutely demolished just for his face reveal. Fun fact, he's actually completely lost relevance since his face reveal. He's done the opposite, which is pretty sad.
I saw funny video. It's interesting.
There's something about how everybody was, you know, super like mysterious about him. The suspense made him super relevant, but now
380 pounds, naked woman appearing in a Miley Cyrus video.
she was naked?
Comments.
Hold up.
380 pounds, naked woman appearing in a Miley Cyrus
a
video.
great eye roll,
We're
by the
all
way.
going to talk about your body.
She was naked?
Did he say naked, or is he just so British and he said something British?
No,
I can't tell.
that was naked. Wait,
Naked?
I'll put on captions. Wait, let's see.
I'm gonna need it.
Pounds, naked woman appearing in a Miley.
There we go.
You did say naked.
That changes things a little bit, I'd say. First off, I'm a huge advocate of no nudity in music videos. Okay, I don't like it.
Yeah, music videos have gotten a little sus recently.
Yeah, and
like
the
that.
thing is, anytime, like for example, an artist like Miley Cyrus or whatever, whenever she releases a video, kids are watching it 100%. They're watching the music video. Okay, this is ridiculous. I don't want naked women, and I don't want her naked either. That's a bit. I don't know. I feel like both of them should be canceled. Cancel Miley Cyrus. Cringe.
Right?
No, I did it to get paid, honestly.
All right.
Good for you.
You know what?
I mean, that's too.
Yeah, good for you. That's
I want people to look at my naked butt. No, I'm just kidding. I'm playing. No OnlyFans for you guys.
Yeah,
Screw you guys.
I really wish they mentioned that at the start of the video. That would definitely provide some context. Why are people
Yeah.
obsessing over just one fat person appearing in the video? Well, if they're naked and in front of the screen, that changes things a bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a no jump scare warning. Like, okay.
Yeah. All right, that's it. Bye bye.